I got invited to speak in Fresno, California a few years ago. They told me if I could show up a few days early, I could visit Yosemite National Park. So, as an avid amateur rock climber, there was no way I was going to turn that down. I ended up being joined out in the park by my long term friend and climbing companion, Troy Farmer, and we spent 2 days climbing in the park. Now, this could be the best climbing trip of my life, or it could be the worst climbing trip of my life. And it really depends on not what actually happened, but on how I tell the story. Because you see, we could focus on the fact that because of our time restraints, we didn't have time to climb any of the classics. And just to be honest, we probably don't have the skills to climb some of those. But we were in Yosemite Park, and I could say, we spent 2 days in Yosemite, and I didn't get to climb El Capitan. I spent 2 days in Yosemite, I didn't even get to put a foot on Half Dome. Or I can remember that trip as, hey, it's the only time I've ever been to Yosemite, and I spent 2 days climbing 3 multi-pitch routes and even did a test piece that was featured in a documentary. You see, depending on how you tell the story is depending on how happy you are with the story. Marriage is about mindset. And when you think of, remember, and tell your story, it will contain celebration and regret, affection and resentment, satisfaction and disappointment, harmony and chaos, the positive and the negative, and it will either be a story about yourself or a story about us. The story is neither one-sided or the other. It contains elements of both, but how you remember and how you tell that story will affect the strength and longevity of your relationship. That narrative, that story you tell about your relationship, is affected by a set of attitudes, by a set of skills, and by a set of intentional decisions. On September 13, 14, and 15, we'll be at the Country Place Retreat Center in Moscow, Tennessee, and we'll spend that weekend talking about those skills, those attitudes, and those intentional decisions. I'm Lonnie Jones. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I've been in private practice over 25 years, helping people learn the marriage mindset and learning how to take the story of us and make it a love story. I hope you'll join us.